Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Empowering You webinar. My name is Stacy Wallace, and it is my absolute joy to be tonight's host with some very special guests on tonight's Empowered Living Network webinar. And tonight, I'm very excited to have on the webinar with me Nathan Gooden and James Linhart. James Linhart is a social director with Solavei. Nathan Gooden, one of our social networker too. Both of them tremendous leaders, and very excited tonight to have them on as we talk tonight about compensation and equity. James and Nathan, are you with us?
Hey, Stacey. Yeah, James is here, and Nathan is on his way.
So, James, take us through how simplicity in the Solavei compensation plan breeds momentum.
Yeah, I think there's a couple key points and core drivers behind the compensation plan, and really what makes it work is that word simplicity. And simplicity means a lot of different things. Simplicity in explanation and simplicity in execution. And it really comes down to Solavei has such a low barrier to entry. So the simplicity starts with the value offering that we have at $49 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data on a nationwide 4G network. So it's not something you have to train somebody that it's a good idea to pay less for their mobile service. We're teaching people how to save money and not spend money. So when somebody's creating an income and helping people build here at Solavei, it's teaching people how to save money, not spend money on products every month and things like that. The other thing is that it takes less than 6 minutes to enroll, and we're constantly improving that. So it's very simple for someone to get involved with Solavei. Simplification on the side of income projections. When you're in a business like this, you really want to be able to project what your income is going to be on a monthly, quarterly, and annually basis for a lot of different reasons, taxes, everything that you have that's going on. You need to be able to project what that income is, and that's what we've done with simplifying and really creating momentum. Activation and payout schedule. You want to make that very simple, again, for income projection. So you know if I activate a person on this day, that is when I'll earn compensation for doing that action. And then created a very logical path pay inside of Solavei that allows our leaders to really go, this is how I would need to get to this level, and this is how much income I would earn. So simplification on those two things. Then there's a real intense focus on personal activity, and there's a couple of reasons for that, because what we want to focus on is showing people how to have free mobile service. And one of the things that I've noticed being in Solavei since the very beginning of this was that, $100 or $200 or $300 a month extra back in someone's pocket that they were already spending on mobile service, because we're not selling anything, we're offering them a way to get free mobile service, changes someone's life just by doing that. The other thing about personal activity is that it allows all of the people that are earning income in Solavei to have a very foundational income, because all those majority of the people that are in your networks are there because they enjoy the value of what Solavei brings, and also the income opportunity. Then with the other side of this is that you know that anyone in Solavei that is at a leadership level in this company is a producer. They know how to enroll people. They know how to explain the compensation plan. They know how to do all these different things because of that focus on personal activity. And the final last thing here is that with simplicity and momentum also creates ownership. And this is something that has never been done before. I've been associated with other companies. I have friends at a lot of different companies. And ownership is something that's really reserved for either the original founders of the company, the executives of the company, or people that achieve the highest tippy top ranks. We're talking about ownership opportunities for people that are at mid-level, or people that are coming in and maybe they're here for 3 or 6 months, creating that ownership opportunity and really investing in the leadership of what Solavei is doing, and creating a long-term plan in this business model to be able to build income now and then have generational wealth for the future. So those are the 4 drivers that is kind of driving the engine behind what we're doing. And kind of before we want to go into it, I want to go over some key terms. Real simple, which I love about the plan, is that everything is built around one key thing, and that is a trio. A trio is 3 qualified members, and that would be if I go out and enroll Bob, Steve, and Joe, that's a trio. Now, when Bob, Steve, and Joe, they actually activate their service. 15 days later after activating, they're now a qualified member. They can be considered part of trios, and we're going to go into that in a second as well, of how that's actually calculated. The next thing that we want to talk about is levels of networks. So when I bring someone in, or my network brings someone in, where do they fall in my network? Well, your personal connection 1 or PC1 is for members you directly enroll. So like we talked about Joe, Bob, and Steve, those would be PC1 to myself. The next thing would be personal connection 2 or PC2. These are members that Bob, Joe, and Steve go and enroll themselves. Then the last and final thing is total network or just network. That is made up of your PC1, your PC2, and everyone they enroll. And when we talk about what we're going to talk about next is this is all divided by 3 now. So these are just some terms that you know. So as we go through the rest of this presentation, you can go, okay, I know what that means. I know what that means. This just gives you a little backbone to what we're going to be talking about through the rest of the presentation.
And, you know, the 3 ways that you can get paid are very simple: Trio Pay, Path Pay, and of course, equity now. And those are the 3 things that you want to remember. This compensation plan is so very simple. When we talk about Trio Pay, basically what we're talking about is when you go out and you get 3 people personally into Solavei, and they enroll in Solavei mobile service, you are going to get paid $20 a month for every 3 people that you get to switch from their current carrier into Solavei. Now, that's not just $20, that's $20 every single month as long as they stay activated. So the ability now to begin to develop residual income is phenomenal. If you think about it, how many of you have been on your current carrier prior to Solavei for at least 5, 10, sometimes 15? I've even been on the road and heard people 20 years. They were obviously carrying the major brick phone back in the day. But now being able to get people to switch to a quality mobile service, 4G, unlimited voice, text, and data, and $20 a month for every 3 that you personally bring in. Now, what's exciting about that is that's the efforts that you do personally. Now, in addition to your PC1, the company's also going to pay you on the people that those people bring in. So even though you didn't bring them in, the company is still going to pay you an additional $10 a month per trio that's in your PC2. So you can see here, one of the guys here has brought in 3 trios. That would be an extra $30 a month for you in addition to what you're doing. So Trio Pay is almost like a 2-tier affiliate system where it's everyone you know and everyone they know. You're going to get paid $20 per month for every trio you personally bring in and $10 a month for every trio that they bring in. Now, in order to engage that PC2, you must have at least 1 trio in order to be able to be paid on your PC2. So basically, the trio is the light switch. When you get your first trio, it turns the economic engine of Solavei on for you. Prior to that, you can just use Solavei service, save money, $49, unlimited voice, text, and data, and that's fantastic. But if you want to start earning income, you need to go get a trio. That's 3 people that you enroll, and then that turns on the economic engine within Solavei. Now, when you get 3 trios like this guy right here, that's how you get free mobile service with Solavei. 3 equals free. So that's why we're encouraging folks, go out and get your first trio, but don't stop there. Get 3 trios, and you'll be earning enough money. That would be $60 a month that you would be earning if you personally, let's take this guy right here. He's getting enough money, 20, 40, 60 he would be earning. Of course, you would be earning the $10, but he would be earning 20, 40, 60, and that is enough money to pay for that $49 unlimited voice, text, and data every single month. Now, this is real important because the way that you actually get paid is there's a snapshot that is taken on the last day of the month. Basically, at the end of the month, on the last day of the month, the company takes a snapshot of your network to see how many trios or how many people you have in your network. And then on the 12th of that following month, meaning 12 days later, you're actually going to get paid based on that snapshot of what happened at the end of that month. James, why don't you take us through PathPay, and this is where it really starts getting exciting.
Yeah, I mean, with the PathPay, it really gives someone a path, as they say, to achievement of what they need to do at Solavei. So the first thing we talk about with Solavei is what we just talked about with Stacy, was you're getting free mobile service by getting 3 trios. So when somebody gets 3 trios and they go, what do I do next? Well, you go get 1 more trio, because that makes you a social partner. And then you need 10 personal trios in your PC1 or your PC2. So you see that number 10 there. That means that you need 10 total trios in your first connection, and second connection combined. So that could be 10 trios that you personally bring in, or 10 trios that you and your PC1s bring in. And that'll be an additional $250 a month on top of the trio pay that you are earning. And the next rank is our social thousandaire. And the goal of the company is to create 1 million thousandaires. And to become a thousandaire, you need one more personal trio that you directly enroll, and then you need a total of 18, or that would be 54 people in your PC1 and PC2 to become a social thousandaire with Solavei. And when you start to break down that number, it comes out to about 3 to 5 people a month for a year to give yourself a $1,000 a month raise. Now, can people do that in a shorter period of time? Of course they can. They could do it in 3 months or 6 months or however fast they want to do it. But when you talk to somebody, when I talk to people now, I really ask them, is the job that you're doing now or the career you're doing or whatever you're doing now, next year will you get a $1,000 a month raise if you just continued what you're doing? And usually the answer is no. So someone can do Solavei and really make it so they're teaching people how to save money and at the same time building up an income that they can really use in the future. This is also paid at the once a month. So what I love about this is that everything is paid off members. So what you can do is you know exactly at the end of the month, you know there's one step that's going to be taken, and then that, however many qualified members you have in your group on that day, gets paid on the 12th of the following month. So it's something that you can actually drive to. It's something that you can manage. It's something that you can know exactly what's going to be paid the following month. And that's a little bit about path pay. So those are the first 2 rank levels that we have at the company, is social partner and social thousandaire.
Hey, James, let me just jump in here real quick and talk to Nathan about equity. So Nathan, is Nathan with you?
Yes, I'm here, Stacy.
Well, hello, Nathan Gooden. We're so excited to have you with us tonight. We're so thrilled that you are now with Solavei, but not in the same position that you've been in for so many years. You've actually seen the bright side of the other side of actually being a member so that you can have time freedom to be with your precious kids and your wife. Tell us a little bit about your tenure as CFO and how you now see that bridging into Solavei.
Thank you, Stacy. And yes, I did just make the transition from corporate America after 16 years in corporate America, leading several companies as CFO and COO, and certainly a very rewarding financial opportunity for myself. But this is really the reason that I transitioned in December from corporate America to Solavei, was to be able to not just help my shareholders over the last 16 years, but now be able to help members on an individual basis. And I could not be more thrilled about what Solavei is doing here with the equity program, because, in my tenure as CFO, I wrote many of the equity programs of both with options and restricted stock and, very many different types of financial instruments to reward employees. And to learn that Solavei is now doing this for our members, we worked very hard. When you work for a company for many years, you don't just work for a monthly salary. You join a technology startup like I did, and you join because the potential that you can create wealth for you and your family. And now Solavei is giving us that opportunity with the equity pay that they have just rolled out. And with that, so let me just take a few minutes here to explain for those that this may be brand new. When we say equity, you're saying, what are we talking about? What Solavei has done is they're rolling out a equity stock option plan. And what that is a stock option is the right to purchase a company's stock at a specified price at a certain time within a certain period. So what that means is that the company is going to grant us options to purchase their stock. Now, I will say, in my history of the finance world, I've never seen this done before, where outside of the company, they are offering us to be able to be a part of the company in essence. You think about, and Ryan gave it a great example, you think about Facebook. Facebook, when Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook, he started it, came up with the idea, but it's all of us that use Facebook every day that has given it now a $60 billion valuation. And when we think about Solavei, it's the same essence. And now Ryan has flipped that. Instead of just rewarding those people that are working directly for the company or those people that came up with the idea, he's rewarding each of us that we can be a part of that. As the company grows in value, that we can scale with that, not just with income on a monthly basis, but with equity. So the basic option here, if you will, is that we have a option to purchase their stock. So as it vests over time, a stock option, the company grants a stock option, and it generally has a vesting schedule. For Solavei is a 4-year vesting schedule, so every year, 25% of that stock option vests. What that means is that now you have the option, when it's vested, to purchase stock. And we're going to go through an example. But why would you want a stock option? So a stock option becomes very valuable when the company increases in values. So you'll have the option, especially now. Now is the least expensive the stock of Solavei will ever be, because we only have 140,000 members. When we have 1 million plus members, and you can just do the math yourself, as we get more members, the company becomes more valuable. So by getting in now, you are taking advantage of that increase in share price. As the company grows, as we add members and add services, and the revenue grows, we'll be able to take advantage of that. Secondly is the way that you take advantage of that. The number one is that if you choose to exercise your options, you will purchase shares of the company. What happens is most companies, as they grow and they become cash flow positive and net income positive, they distribute what's called a dividend. If you've been a part of any of the public companies or owned stock in a public company, you may have seen that generally on a quarterly basis or an annual basis, a company will declare a dividend. So you'll get like $1 dividend per share. What that does is that then that is money in your pocket. So if you purchased $10 worth of stock, you've got 10 shares, and each year the company declares a $1 dividend, so $1 per share dividend, you're getting $10 each year. So it creates another annual or recurring opportunity for you to earn income just by exercising your options, purchasing shares to get dividends. Now, as we think about the share increase, this is where the real money could be. You know, I'm not on any indication here saying the company is going to have an IPO or the company is going to get sold. I'm simply explaining that what the opportunity with the stock option is. Because when you purchase those shares, once they're vested, then if a company went IPO, it would generally be at a much higher valuation than what you purchased those shares at. So you're getting the benefit of the increase in value of that share. So for example, if you purchased it for $1 and the company went IPO at, say, $30, then you're earning $29 per share for the company going on an initial public offering, for those people that don't know what an IPO is. And that's when the company goes public, so they have public shares that you can freely trade. Right now, Solavei is a private company, so they're not freely tradable. The other route would be as if the company grew in such size that someone wanted to buy them. So if they bought them, then everyone that owns shares in the company gets to participate in that purchase price. And you know, now the ability to be able to have shares in Solavei when we only have 140,000 members and watch it scale, you're getting in a price today that will be lower than it will ever be. So just think about if you went out to buy a stock when Facebook went public and it scaled significantly. So if you got, just think if instead of having to buy in the public market at $20 a share, that you got it at $1 and now it's at $60, it creates a great opportunity for you to have wealth for your family. And you may think, I don't need $1 million, I don't need $3 million. I just am thinking, how am I going to make the next paycheck? I would encourage you to have a long-term view. Make the sacrifices today to be able to scale and rank to get these options that you'll have. Then you'll create the monthly recurring income from a cash perspective, but you'll also be able to have or creating great wealth because of it.
Well, and that's a great segue into our second portion of Path Pay, because we've talked about how to become a thousandaire. And I've heard folks say, wow, an extra $1,000 a month, man, that would be enough for me. That would be a game changer for my family. And what Nathan just said, I want y'all to anchor it. Have a long-term perspective. And when I say long-term, I mean beyond your lifetime perspective. We call it legacy. Instead of having a, is this good enough for me perspective, and can I survive on this perspective? I want you to think about leaving a legacy for your children and your children's children. Now, we're not making any income claims. We can't do that. I need to do a disclaimer right here that of what these would be valued at or whether or not you will be able to do this. We lay it out. What Solavei has done, they've made it possible for you to play. What you have to do then is make the effort to make the game plan work for you. What we're going to do now is show you the leadership ranks of our PathPay and the game plan that's laid out, that it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, whether or not you have a degree, whether you even finished high school, what color you are, whether you're big, fat, skinny, white, black, it doesn't matter. What we're getting ready to show you is a game changer, and all that it requires from you is the elbow grease and the WORK that it's going to take for you to make it happen. So James, I'm going to ask you to come back on and take us through PathPay and why that's so exciting.
Yeah, I think once you combine the PathPay and equity, then you're really talking about that statement that was on the previous page, where you're creating income for now and wealth for the future with combining these two things together. So as you get past to become a thousandaire, and really when we talk about how does somebody get to be from a thousandaire to the first position, which is a social connector with the company, it really comes down to teaching other people how to become thousandaires. So when somebody becomes a thousandaire, they're teaching people how to get free mobile service. So now it's just a shift of what you are focusing on, what you're teaching people how to go do. And in order to achieve the rank of social connector, you're talking about a $2,500 a month income, and you get issued a 2,500 shares of equity options like Nathan just covered. And in order to do that, you need one more personal PC1 trio direct to you than we did in the thousandaire. Thousandaire was 5, now it's 6, and 25 overall trios in your PC1 and PC2. And you might look at that and go, wow, how would I do 25? Well, if you're talking about teaching other people how to become a thousandaire, each one of those people that become a thousandaire are bringing 5 personal PC1 trios into their network. So it really comes down to a very scalable way to present this business to someone, and a very easy way to show the path to becoming an owner and creating equity inside of Solavei. And then we talk about 500 network trios, and that's divided by 3. Not 500, but if you times that by 3, really. So it'd be 1,500 people total in your network. And we talk about that. That really makes it so every single person in your network is being counted, like with what Stacy covered in the very beginning. Everything's divided by 3. So there's no way that if someone just goes and gets one person and another person gets 2 people, well, that counts as a trio towards that total network. So it makes it very simple, very scalable to know how you're going to get paid on this portion of the pay. And this is only one portion, because this would be the path pay plus the trio pay that you're making from PC1 and PC2. Did you have anything to add to that, Stacy?
Yeah, let me just re-clarify one more time, because I think it's real important for people to see that it's PC1, PC2, you need 25 trios, of which 6 of them need to be in your personal connection level 1. So 25 total trios in your PC1, PC2, of which 6, it's not 6 plus 25, it's 25 total in PC1, PC2, of which 6 need to be personally brought in by you, with a total of network trios in your overall network of 500 or 1,500 people.
Okay, well then the next step, I'll go right back to me, is the 40% rule. So there's still a 40% rule in effect, but really what it is divide by 3 again. And then so for each personal connection that you have, you can only use 200 of their trios to be able to achieve that rank. It doesn't mean that you won't be able to earn income from the other trios if there are more than 200. It just means for this particular rank, 200 is 40% of the total 500, and you can have that per line. So we created some tools that you can use to really understand how this works and things like that, but it really makes it so it's very simple and very easy to understand how someone can achieve these path pays. And then as we keep going up into Networker at $5,000 a month and another $5,000, that's 5,000 equity shares on top of the 2,500 equity shares that you were issued at Social Connector. And then we could talk about going to Social Director. And again, now it's at $10,000 a month and another 10,000 equity options on top of the other ones, and then 20,000 again. And so that's the top of the path pay for Solavei, and that's also on top of the trio pay. So everything is just divided by 3 and makes it very simple to understand, very simple to explain, and very simple to execute, can help other people do exactly the
We
same.
are actually excited because today you have an opportunity to get started, and we want to show you exactly how to do that. We have something where we say get in, get social, get free. Number one is get in. Become a Solavei member. It's very simple. And once you do, you're going to see how the Solavei system goes into action for you. The second is to get social. We actually have dynamic social tools, a complete lead generation system, online marketing tools, belly to belly marketing tools, depending upon how you want to market Solavei to the world around you. We have the tools and the way for you to get social and just simply start sharing it with your friends, your family, and the world around you. And then, of course, get free. As we showed you before, just getting 3 people in Solavei is your first trio, and that engages the compensation plan. Get 3 trios, and you're earning enough money to pay for your mobile service. That would be $60 a month. As long as those people stay activated, that you would be making every month. That's enough for you to pay for your mobile service with Solavei. And how great would that be to wipe that off your budget once and for all? We're very excited today. Simple enrollment is just go to solavei.com / and put in the referral username of the person that referred you to this webinar. Upon that, you're going to actually get started, and you'll actually get a site just like theirs. It's free to you when you enroll in Solavei mobile service, and that way you can then begin sharing it with others, and anyone you share it with in the same way, they're going to be placed right there in your network where you would get credit for them. We're very excited about not only what's happening with Solavei, we're excited about the compensation that people are earning, but we're also excited about coming to a city near you. The Solavei Revolution regional event, we just had the first one in Dallas, Texas. It was an incredible success, and we are taking that baby on the road in April. We are going to be in Orlando, Florida. You can see the list of speakers that are going to be there, some of our best speakers, trainers. There's going to be a bonus event. There's going to be a free social on Friday night for everybody. It's open. You can bring as many people as you want to that. In fact, I encourage you to have a goal to bring a minimum of 5 people. What I have found is when people attend these live events and they see Ryan and they see the people actually earning the income, they see the service working, they see the excitement, they sign up. And so I want to encourage you to bring as many people as you can. And we really appreciate you being a part of tonight's webinar. This has been sponsored by the Empowered Living Network. Again, a massive network of passionate leaders from various teams throughout Solavei that are coming together as one voice to support the vision of Solavei in changing the lives of millions of people. If you'd like to tap into further videos, webinars, tools, our complete call schedule, just go to empoweredliving.biz. You can see on the homepage there, they're all listed out for you. We're here for you as a team of passionate leaders, supplying tools for you, dynamic resources to help you build a massive Solavei network. We want to thank you for being a part tonight. And just remember, all discussion of earnings, anything that we've discussed with regards to our compensation plan or our equity program is completely for illustrative purposes and cannot be relied upon as a guarantee that you are going to do this. It is up to you to do the work. Solavei has made it possible. Now it's up to you to make it a reality. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, James. We really appreciate your leadership. Thank you, everyone. Remember, now is the time. This is the place, and you are the one to start a revolution. My name is Stacey Wallace, and I'm believing the best for you.